Claudia from M's Quilts and M's Scrap Bag, and today I'm going to teach you how to make fabric from your scraps so that you can use it in various projects. All of the projects you see around me use this method. I will put links to the ones that have patterns if you're interested in buying those. As we go through this, I will show you how I use rulers or how I do applique for these methods to help you to use up the fabric that you make with your scraps. Also, if you like my videos, please remember to like and subscribe. That will help others find us so that they can learn these methods also. Thanks so much. Let's get started. Okay, this is the contents of my bits bin. It's everything that's like smaller than a charm square. I usually keep it in a smaller bin, but when I'm trying to work with it, I like to dump it in a laundry basket because it's easier to find all the parts. Okay, when I'm hunting through my bits, I'm just looking for things that are about the same size, like on the same with one side. So I could just sew across here, that would be the same size. I have these two similar. I can just sew across the top and that will go together. I can also look for half square triangle, like I have this, and this is just an odd shape, but it has that same angle, so I can just put those right sides together. I just try to have as little waste as possible if I'm going to be cutting something off. Let's take these to the sewing machine. Alright, so we're just going to stick these in the machine and sew it 1/4 inch. And I like to just chain them through. I have several little sets going at one time. Next I'm going to just take my little pieces over to my ironing board and set the seam and then just press it open. I'm going to do that with all my pieces. Okay, once I get a set sewn together, then I just look for something else that's of a similar size, and I'm just going to put those right sides together and take it to my machine. With these half square triangles, see how that goes together? I'm just going to put right sides together, take it to my machine. If I end up with something hanging off the side, I just put my ruler on there and I trim up the side just because I like to have a straight edge to work with. And then I'll just find something of similar size. That one's kind of small. This one will work. And I'm just going to sew it onto the side. When I get two pieces that are similar size that have been sewed together, I just sew those together like this. Just flip them over, take it to the machine. Or like this, flip it over, take it to the machine. As my pieces get bigger, I'm just going to keep adding them. I just kind of do like a log cabin or rail fence kind of thing. So you're just going to keep adding pieces as they fit until you get a large piece. Okay, once you've got a piece big enough, for the double wedding ring that you saw, I like to use the Simplicity double wedding ring single arc. You can buy it on Amazon. I'll put a link on in the description. But I just lay this on and then I just cut it out. I'm going to lift this up and turn it. And I'm just going to cut it the other way. And then you have the arc for your double wedding ring. Alright. And you'll just need a bunch of arcs. And then you can just follow the instructions, okay? For the applique, I'm going to trace my applique piece. I will put the link for this pattern in the description. So I'm just going to trace it onto fusible lightweight interfacing, okay? Then I'm going to take that and place it on top with the fusible side on top. And I'm going to pin that in place And then I'm going to stitch on the outline. Okay? Once I've got it stitched in place, I'm going to just trim around it, okay? Just give me like a 1/4 inch around. Once I've got it trimmed, I'm going to separate the interfacing from my made fabric. I'm going to make a slit, and then I'm going to trim. I'm going to give myself about 3/4 inch to 1 inch here. I'm going to trim my points. And then I'm going to turn it along the edge here. Kind of press it as I go. When I get to the corners, I'm going to just use I use a chopstick, and I just point those corners out. So we'll take our iron and we'll just press that edge. Set it really good. Once you get it pressed, you can arrange it with the other pieces. You'll do them the same way. Whoops, I have 2 of these and that one on the other side. And then I just top stitch those down on my fabric. And that's how I do the applique.